Hello guys, welcome to Ramta Solutions and welcome to your lesson on trigonometry. Today we are looking at your special angles, that is your 30 degrees, 45 degrees and 60 degrees. Okay, so normally in trigonometry you come across questions that says calculate or evaluate without using a calculator. You must know these incorporate the use of special angles. So, in helping you to get these special angles, I'm going to show you something that I think you would like. Okay, I'm going to show you something that I think you would like. Whenever you get special angles, I want you to draw two lines like I did here. Okay, I want you to draw two lines like I'm doing here. Okay, and then in between these lines, I want you to draw three lines in between these two lines. So let's do it. So this is the first line. This is the second line. This is the third line. So what you should know, how the lines look is not really important. Okay? How the lines look is not really important. So I'm going to ask you to start writing a 0 followed by a semicolon, 1 followed by a semicolon, 2 followed by a semicolon, 3 followed by a semicolon, 4 followed by a semicolon. Then remember you started at the top. Now from the bottom, start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to ask you to add square roots. You don't have to all these numbers, but you don't have to add a square root to 1 and 0. You don't have to. All right. So 4 here, of course, on the 2's. Right. So I am then going to ask you to write 2 here. Then when you are done, let me change the color so you get to see this. This line here will be 30 degrees, while from here to here it will be 45 degrees. From here to here it will be 60 degrees. Okay, from here to here it's 60 degrees. And of course from here to here is 90. You don't have to add that. Remember, our special angles are 30, 45 and 60. So I want you to now see this in this way. This is your hypotenuse. This, refer to it as basically it's like your adjacent and your opposite. Okay, it's your adjacent and your opposite. In grade 10, this is adjacent and opposite. In grade 11, maybe later in this chapter, this is basically x and y. Okay, this is x and y. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we're using this. Maybe let me try to move this guy a bit to the left. Let me see, that's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to calculate without a calculator. Let me add that. I think I should change the color. Without a calculator. Without a calculator, determine or calculate or whatever. Let me say determine 1 cos 60 degrees, 2 sine 30 degrees, 3 tan 45 degrees, 4 cos 60 degrees multiplied by tan 60 degrees. Okay. All right, let's answer the questions. Let me see, is the blue color perfect? Nah, it's not. Let me use white. So now remember, sohcahtoa, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now we're going to 60 degrees. The 60 degrees line is this one here. We must see what is the number that corresponds to adjacent. It's 1. All right? It's 1. What is the hypotenuse? Here is it. It's 2. Now, on your calculator, press cos 60. It'll return half. Let me give you a moment. Cos 60 will return half. All right. Yes, it returns half. Now, let's go to sine 30. Sine 30. Let's go to sine 30. Where is it? Here is the 30 degrees line. Sine, sohcahtoa. Sine is adjacent, opposite over hypotenuse. Where is the opposite? The one that corresponds to opposite is 1. It's 1 over 2. You can now check sine 30. It returns half. Right? Okay. Now, let's go to tan 45 degrees. Tan is opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. This line is the 45 degrees line. So, what is the one that is opposite? It's root 2 divided by, what is the adjacent? It's root 2. Your calculator returns 1. Now, please confirm that your calculator returns 1 when you say tan 45 degrees. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, let's then evaluate this one here, or determine this one here. Cos 60 degrees. Again, we go into the 60 degrees line. We said cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So when I look at it, adjacent is 1. Hypotenuse is 2. Now, what is tan 60 degrees? We're still on the same line. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So what is the opposite? It's root 3 over 1. So what we're going to do here, cross multiplication, or if there's any cancellation, in this case there's none. So numerator times numerator, it's root 3. Denominator times denominator is 2. So if you press cos 60 multiplied by tan 60 degrees, you will get root 3 over 2. Okay? So when they say without using a calculator, you should be showing steps like these. Okay? You should be showing steps like these. Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to try a different one, which is not for grade 10. It's for grade 11 and above. That is simply because grade 10s, you are not dealing with sets as yet. So let's try one last example. I will say, for this example, I will say, let me see the color used. I will say calculate sine, I don't have to, let me edit in one line. Calculate sine 60 degrees multiplied by tan 60 degrees multiplied by sine 45 degrees. This will return from the line. Let's go to 60 degrees line. This is the 60 degrees. We said sine 60, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, which is 3 over 2. So this is root 3 over 2. What is tan 60? Tan 60, tan is opposite over adjacent, which is root 3 over 1. 3 over 1. Now sine 45 degrees. This is the 45 degrees line. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So this is root 2 over 2. Let's go. 2 over 2. So, root 3 times root 3 times root 2. This will be root 3 times root 3. Great chance if you have a calculator, if you are still on the video. I want you to press root 3. In other words, on your calculator, press this. Your calculator will return 3. Okay? You will understand this later in grade 11. Okay? So this will be 3. So this is 3 root 2 all over 2 times 1 times 2 is 4. So your answer is 3 root 2 over 4. Okay? Grade 11 and 12, you are aware of why you said it's on 3 over 2. Okay? So this is it, guys. With that being said, it's a wrap, and do not forget to subscribe. So, bye.